Welcome to Tea with TNT. This is our very first introduction to our new little format situation that we have going on and our new way that we do this, which is starting off with a splash. So, we are going to be joining you here once a month and going to come bring you a question because the question is going to be the thing that we're discussing on the podcast. So when we hit the podcast will be over on Substack. It will be on Apple Podcasts. We're actually already there, so you can go find us. But that's where you'll find the shows. But we didn't want to leave y'all out because having live guests is part of what we do. It's part of what makes tea fun. Tea as in the show, not tea as in that tea or this tea. But we want to have your feedback. We want to hear what you have to say. Like that's what makes this show our show. So we couldn't leave that out just because we're upgrading to podcast waters. So we will come here, ask you a question. We want to hear everything you got to say about it. And then, tune into the show to see if your comment and your clip made the show and hear what we got to say about it. So the splash is about hearing from you. The podcast is hearing from us, but the splash is hearing from you. So here we are.
Right, because
Splashing.
you matter.
It's gonna be one of
I,
those shows. I feel
I,
like it's gonna be one of those
I,
shows.
listen, I ain't gonna even listen. I had to splash myself. I put it in a coffee cup, but it's not coffee. I'm gonna just tell you that. But we're gonna talk about that on the whole show because I was hangry for a while, and I
Start
get it.
mailing you Snickers before the show so you can unhangry before we start.
Listen, me and Uber Eats almost had a problem, but on to the splash. Um,
I'm gonna just be here with my calm matcha once he clearly works through his, you know,
listen.
aggression issues.
I'm just saying, it's always just like I don't even have aggression issues, but here's the thing. If I
He's a
pay you,
Gemini. Don't let him lie to you. He will be
listen,
real friendly and real quiet until he's not, and then it's a whole ordeal.
listen, if I pay you to do a service, just do the service. So if I paid you to make my food, you should be open to make my food, especially if you already took my money. That's all I'm gonna say. Uber Eats.
Okay. Wow. You better get us canceled before we even get started.
Listen, they better send me up. That's another story. Anyways, welcome, y'all, to the splash, to the T with TNT. Me, I'm T Douglas. Pronouns he and him. Yay.
And I am Tamara Lee, the editor of Blackout Magazine, and my pronouns are she and her. We are about as different on the spectrums of all of the things that you can get, which is what makes these conversations so interesting because all of my Virgo and all of his Gemini are usually a hilarious mix of things.
What's in the cup? A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Sounds like it's not the first cup either.
Listen, I told you. Angry. Uber Eats.
Angry Uber Eats. All right. So we are here to ask the people questions. And the best way to get the people talking is for us to be talking. So I have two questions. I have one serious question that we're going to talk about tonight and one not so serious. So where you want to start? Serious or not so serious?
Well, I'm a very serious guy. So
Sammy, you want to start with a serious question or the not
so
serious
let's
question?
start with the serious question. But
Serious
not really.
question. But no, as
Let's
serious as we about to get on TNT. All right, so serious question. It is holiday season, obviously. And there is shopping to be done or not to be done. But as we're leading into the shopping season, obviously a lot of us are thinking about where we're spending our money because one, it's few and far between to come by these days. Everything costs $1 zillion and everybody is looking for another streams of income. But beyond that, beyond just bargain shopping, which I know at least as a mom, that's always my priority is bargains. However, with the things that are happening in the world politically right now, that becomes a question of more than just, like what's the best deal? Because Lord knows, the Amazons and Walmarts and things of the world you can get a better deal. but that's mostly because they, pay their workers pennies, and they do some maybe not so uh
Shady. They do shady. Go ahead, shady.
they do some things that are not the best for workers or people of the country, and especially us as Black folks. So, and queer folks for that matter. So this show is all about intersectionality, right? Like that's the one thing that both you and I represent in all things is blackity black and queer LGBTQ. Oh, look at the colors. All I got is my tree. That's my LGBT colors right now. So it's a different question this shopping season. Like, are you shopping for deals, or are you shopping for what's politically, supporting the things that supporting us as communities, the things that, we believe in? I think is a bigger question. So the first question, the little bit more serious question is when it comes to these boycotts, because over the last, what, 6, 7 months, there's been regular boycotts. They started out with Target, and they've been giving Target the business. Like Target is losing millions of dollars on a daily basis because of their rollback of DEI stuff, right? Their rollback of DEI stuff, but also like there's the Walmarts of the world. If you watch 13th, it will tell you all of the reasons that places like Walmart and Amazon, these big billionaire companies, feed into like their prison, school to prison pipeline, all of the things. Um, so are we as a community taking those boycotts seriously? Are you following them this holiday season? Are you making those choices? Like, are you shopping local? Are you shopping Black owned? Are you shopping queer? Are you at Starbucks? Like, how do you individually feel about these boycotts? Are you doing it? Are you not doing it? Are we as a community taking it seriously? So, like, Black community, queer community, trans community, leftist, liberal communities, like, are we taking it seriously? And are you personally? Are you personally, Mr. Douglas?
Me personally, I take
Yeah.
everything seriously. I ain't
Mm.
that Chick-fil-A in years. I won't even listen. I'm gonna tell you, my little great niece, she used to love Chick-fil-A, and it was always, what you want to go eat? Chick-fil-A. She always wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. But baby, I couldn't take her to Chick-fil-A no more. You gotta find out what Burger King is about, cause we can't do that. Like,
Yes. Hobby Lobby, that's another one. They are super duper duper anti-gay.
oh yeah, I ain't never hobby or lobby, so that was never. I'm gonna tell you that. I ain't never hobbied or lobbied, so
So Shay said, I ain't buying Jack. I could barely afford a thing of groceries these days. So that's the other part of the question, right? Is there's the part that's just philosophically like, do we support these businesses that clearly are anti all of our communities? And also with these tariffs and foolishness, just on an economic level, are we supporting these businesses?
well, I think these tariffs is crazy, and I also think so. Here's my thing, because it's also a little double edged sword for me because I love to support black businesses. I love to support queer businesses, but within saying that, I need to support queer businesses that also support black businesses. I need to
Mm,
support, queer businesses that also support black communities.
that's a
And I
fact.
also need to support black businesses and vice versa that support queer communities because just because you're a black business don't mean that you get my business when you don't like a certain part of me or intersectionality of my existence. So you don't just off the bat get my money because you happen to be black or you happen to be in the LGBTQ community because for me there are other questions, you know?
Oh, facts. Nasha said that staring in West Indian disgust or West African disgust. My fault. Hilarious, hilarious. But I mean, no shade. I don't know. I have seen the Black community stepping up in ways that I have not seen even the Black LGBTQ stepping up community stepping up when it comes to this shopping stuff. And that doesn't mean that's everybody, but I have not seen, which is scary in its own right, right? Because of all times for us to be paying attention to the things that are happening politically as Black queer folks, like, this would be the
Good time.
time. I mean, I still see trans people walking around with Harry Potter stuff. Like, this lady has made it her literal business to wipe out a community of people, even that she thinks are from the trans community, that are from the trans. She's taking everybody down, and her money, and she's a billionaire and making all kinds of money off of Harry Potter, and is making it her personal mission to support and fund corporations and things that are anti-LGBTQ, anti-trans. So like, while you're walking around with like your wand and shit, like,
Right.
I don't see the majority, that's obviously not everybody, but I don't see the majority of Black LGBTQ people not supporting. I just, it's hard. I feel like we think everything is a gag. Like, we as a community don't take a lot of shit seriously, I feel like. And I feel like we don't take it, I feel like we don't take a lot of shit seriously. And so like, I don't know how much more serious it can get. Like,
Well, as a whole community, they really not gonna take it serious until they start rolling back the rights of gay white men, and then people will start to take it seriously.
well, that's when people, the white gay people, will take it seriously. I'm not talking about them. I don't talk to them, nor do I address them in most cases. We, as Black queer folks, don't take it seriously. And they're
Well,
already messing with us.
well, that's because a lot of people as well, and this is just my opinion, which is opinions I like what everybody's got one. But I just think that, we don't, a lot of people don't take things seriously because they don't feel empowered in themselves to make a change. And they don't think that their dollars make a change. They don't think that their vote makes a change. They don't think that them as a person can make a change. So, of course, if you have that mentality, then you're going to step away from all of it. You're going to think that it doesn't really apply to you because you can't make a difference. So it's the people with the mentality that, but that's also comes down to like mental health, self-worth, a whole bunch of other things. But that's just, again, my opinion.
Facts. So we are about 10 minutes in. So once again, this is our new thing. This is our splash. So we are bringing the questions to you, the community, because we want to hear what you have to say before we step into the podcast and talk about what we think. So we want to hear what you think. So as we are going into question two, which is a little less serious, um, y'all keep fill in them comment sections with what you think. Are you doing the boycotts? Do you think they're important? Why do you think people aren't doing them? Do you think people are taking them seriously? Do you think they're making a difference? All of the things. Keep them coming in the in the comments. All right, you ready for question two? Okay, on an entirely different note, entirely different note. Um, we have had this conversation in small pieces before about different things. So but I'm gonna ask you officially where the people can hear because we want to hear what the people have to say. Obviously, when you're in a relationship, whatever, situationship, relationship, intertwined in any form or fashion, there ends up being an exchange of things, whether it be like gifts, stuff you left at the other person's house, things you let them borrow, things that you just were in your spend the night bag and you didn't take with you on your last go round, all of the things. You end up with some of their stuff, they end up with some of your stuff. When that situation ends, what happens to the stuff? Like, are you here? Let me pack this stuff up for you and have it folded, have it folded like Kehlani on my doorstep? Are you a should have took it with you when you fucking left? If somebody has stuff that belongs to you that you still want, do you reach out and ask for it, or do you just say it's over? It's a casualty of the game, and so have to chalk it up and take it as a L. What do you do?
Oh, am I first? Or
Yeah.
you
Well, I
first?
mean, I
Oh,
can go You
I'll
want
go
me to go
ahead.
first?
I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Yeah, I bet. Um, it's a dilemma for me. Like I'm good for like if you have a bunch of stuff here, I'll pack it up and ship it to you. Or like, drop maybe not drop it off, but I'll get it to you some type of way. Like I have no need to hold your things hostage. Like I'll give you your stuff. The bigger dilemma for me is if you have my shit, then what? That's the bigger question for me. Because like if you have stuff that I want, which is a situation that I currently find myself in, there are things that are in the possession of another individual that like are serious and sentimental and I need my shit back. But I also don't communicate with this person. So I don't know. So yes, I will give your stuff back because I don't want your shit. But it's harder for me to figure out what to do with stuff that's mine that I want back. Cause I want my stuff. It's hard to some stuff is I don't some stuff is tough.
Mm.
Micah
Oh,
says they want their goods back. They want their things. They want their things right now.
what did Kalani say, Sean? I don't know. I don't follow her. You got to tell us.
Folded.
Oh, that's what
She
she said. Is that what the?
Yeah, Sean said I want you heard what Connie said. Stuff folded it at the door.
Get your shit and
Sean
get
said, how
out.
about Bernie from Witty Twigs Hill? Get your shit, and get out. Holla.
Michael said hoodies.
It's always hoodies. I'm good for kidnapping a hoodie, but if you ask for it, I'll give it back.
Okay, so my take is, baby, take it. If you left some shit at my house, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, you left this shit here. You want me to mail it back to you? You want me to? I could FedEx it. Like, what's the process? Like, that's all I want to know.
But you be
'Cause,
finding stuff years later. Like, don't
baby,
front. So I
I
don't
will
see why
find.
saying all that shit back if
Listen,
you find stuff
if
later.
I find some shit later, I don't give a fuck if it's 10 years later. Guess what? If I know how to get in contact, if it's a sentimental thing, I ain't gonna lie. A couple months ago, I found a photo album in my storage that was somebody's that I dated back in. I think we broke up before the pandemic, so like
Ooh.
2020, right? And I was like, damn, you know what? Let me get this back to her because this got baby pictures in it. You know what? We don't gotta talk about nothing else, but let me mail this back to you. Matter of fact, even if I bought you some shit that I ain't give you yet, I'm gonna mail that shit to you too. You could take that.
Okay.
I don't
All
want nothing
right.
around my house. You could take all that.
Okay, but wait, what if they have your stuff? Then what?
You got my shit.
Yeah.
Good luck. Keep it.
Really? Even if it's like sentimental stuff?
Ain't leaving nothing sentimental at nobody's house.
So look. So look. Somebody got my daddy's ashes.
Oh, see, hell no. Oh, I don't know if I can say that online, but baby, my mama ain't going nowhere. What?
Somebody got my daddy's ashes. I don't know how to get them back. I don't want to reach out, but I do want my daddy's ashes back.
Oh, I can understand that, baby. You got my mama ashes. I might burn your house. You know what? 15 minutes is up. Let's we gonna recap this on the matter of fact, is this live?
So why you not that in your cup? You ain't allowed to have no more cups. I'm checking your cup before we go live from now on.
Listen, but no, I'm just saying, like sentimental shit. Like, what do I like? Why? What
But
I
what do
do?
I do if I know that you have something that I really like that I really
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
but I can't reach out
We'll talk about that on on the podcast. I
on the
believe
podcast.
I believe this 15 minutes is up. Um,
Shay said that's OD. It is. All right, that's 15 minutes. So look, this is how this works. We're gonna come on once a month and we're gonna have a splash because we want to hear your voice. And so we're gonna bring up these questions, we're gonna look in the comments, and we're gonna read through all the comments before we shoot the podcast so we can bring up what you said, talk about your points, answer your questions, leave your the fire emojis are killing me right now.
We,
So we can zip back into all your comments and all your questions and all your things that you said when we shoot the podcast. And then y'all have to go find us on your favorite place to watch podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Substack, whatever. Subscribe and you'll hear the whole unabridged story. And we will solve some of these questions. Plus, we're gonna start having special guests on the on the podcast, which is even doper because I know you get tired of hearing our voices. So might just be you. If
I
you would
get
like it to
tired
be
of
you, reach
talking.
out.
I be getting parched. I get tired of talking. I want to hear somebody else talk for 2026.
Whole facts. Whole facts. So yeah, so this is the splash. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what tea over there splashing, but clearly the splash has splashed. And we about to step off and we're gonna go record and then we will let you know when the podcast is up so you can go subscribe.
It could have been anywhere, but you was with us for 15 minutes.
And
That's
2
long.
minutes might have
That's
been
longer
20 at
than
this
some of that.
point.
It's longer than some of their relationships, I'm sure. But no, just we'll see y'all.
Bye y'all.